Record. Hey everyone, happy Tuesday, happy week 2 of our action program. I'm just gonna mute people. If you're on, just please mute yourself. Okay. Welcome to week 2 of our Coach Action program. And to kick us off, I wanted to go around and celebrate some successes, but it looks like we're still waiting for a few people to hop on. So I am going to give it a few minutes, but I am going to get started. So, everybody has busy lives and families, and I want to be respectful of everyone's time. So, I want to talk to a little bit, first kicking us off, about mindset. And, anytime you go into something, you have to tackle the mind first, right? I talk about this in my challenge groups all the time. The strongest muscle that we have is our mind. And the more that we use it in the right way, the positive way, the better our outcomes are going to be, right? And so I was just doing a call with one of my coaches earlier, and we came back from Tony Robbins, and he just drilled home so much: where your focus goes, your energy flows. And I was telling my coach that I was struggling so long in the beginning of my business. It took me over 2 years, you guys, to hit diamond. 2 years. And I've had coaches do it in 36 days. It took me over 2 years, almost 2.5 years, to hit diamond. And it was because of my mindset. I did not have a rock solid belief in myself. I did not have a rock solid belief in what I could do with this business. And I kept focusing on all the things that were not happening instead of the things that were happening, right? And so when you sit down to work your business, I want you to visualize what it is that you're going after. What are the positive things that you're going after? What are your goals? When I stopped focusing on the negative and started focusing on what it was that my goals were, what my why was, I focused every day. I got up and I visualized being home with my kids. I got up and I visualized seeing my husband next to me every single morning, not going to a job that he was miserable in. I visualized dropping my kids off at school and picking them up every single day. I visualized volunteering at my daughter's kindergarten. I visualized watching my son right here take his first steps. I visualized that so much that nothing was going to stop me from achieving those goals. I was rock solid in my vision, and I was rock solid in my belief that I could do it, because there's going to be hard days. There's going to be days. I've been puking my brains out for the last 2 days. Honestly, I can't keep anything down. I look like hell. My husband is now puking his brains out. So easily I could have just called this off, right? I could have just said, I'm not showing up, or I could have asked the other leaders, to show up. But this is my business. This is my livelihood. This is my commitment. I made a commitment to myself, and I made a commitment to my coaches that I was going to show up. And so, yes, you're going to have to show up when it's hard. And yes, you're going to have to make some sacrifices. Short-term sacrifices for long-term freedom. You know what? Looking back, you guys, I don't remember the sacrifices. I don't remember losing that hour of sleep. I don't remember working this business while I had pregnancy sickness. I don't remember the frustrating times. All I know is what we are now. You look back on those things and it's just a blip on the radar. It's a small, distant memory. I don't even remember those sacrifices, because this is what I was focused on. And so, I want you to think about that when you sit down to work your business. Think about what it is that you are going after, keeping your mindset super positive, because when you are having positive thoughts, you're going to start attracting more positivity into your life, because your confidence comes through in your messages, in your Facebook posts. People can sense that. Just because we're on social media, don't think people can't sense your passion, because Heather Dent is on here and I can sense Heather Dent's passion. Like, it is, go follow her. You can see on her page, there are emojis galore and exclamations, and that girl is smiling and flexing. And I'm not saying every day is rainbows and sunshines for her, okay? But you can tell that she is having fun and she absolutely loves what she does. And one more example, I had a call with a coach who was struggling, and I asked to see some of her messages, and she just was like, la-da-da. And I'm like, where is your passion? Because she used to think, she was a personal trainer. She thought, boo on at-home workout. She was like, I'm not drinking a shake. And she thought MLMs, she thought this opportunity was bull. And those were her things coming into this business. And now she's been able to quit her full-time job and be home with her second 2 babies now because of this opportunity. And she's gotten in the best shape of her life using our programs. And I'm like, You are living, walking proof of this. Why aren't you conveying that in your messages? People cannot sense your confidence and your excitement around it. And since then, she's helped 3 people, and that was 3 days ago. So let that passion come through. Let that excitement come through. And you know what? If you don't have anything yet, fake it till you make it, because you know deep down exactly what you're doing. You know your mission, your purpose, your goals, and you fake it until you make it. You put a smile on your face and you believe that you can do it, because you absolutely can. There's no difference in me, who was struggling for 2.5 years, that refused to give up, and you where you are. We all started as a brand new coach, but you can do it. I mean, that's the thing. And so I want to just open it up to the coaches that are on here. I'm going to stop rambling and unmute yourself. I'm going to call on April first. Looks like April. She's giving me a look. But we're going to start off with celebrating today. Tell me something that is going well for you since you became a coach.
Well, I added a few people today from some parent groups, and they accepted my request.
Yay!
Chat. I'm starting to get to know a few people. I'm putting myself out there a little bit more. I got my workout in. I'm eating very little carbs, a lot of vegetables, lots of protein. So yeah, it's getting there. I'm still a little bit nervous about talking to new people, and getting to know them is okay. I'm okay with that. It's just more the getting to the transition to the this is the opportunity, and are you interested in this?
Mm-hmm.
And then also getting over their, I want a personal trainer instead. I mean, I know I was like that in the beginning. I was telling you, no, I need a personal trainer. I need this, I need that. And, I'm doing it and I'm losing weight, so I'm trying to let them know a little bit more my story also. I think I'm having a little bit more of a hard time selling it than really getting to know people and letting them know what my story is.
Sure. So really quick, Heather, what would you say in response to what April is sharing? Do you have any words of wisdom for her?
I was scared to death as well. Talking to anybody. Actually, I was a huge introvert, like huge. And I was a hermit. Even going to the grocery store was hard for me. So I just started asking people. I just started asking people if they would join me. That's all I did, even though it was scary, and it was scary, but I just typed it and then hit send, and then I would X out of the chat box. And that was how I would reach Success Club 10 ever since I started. I kind of fell off, but I have reached, my first month, my second, my third, my fourth, I was reaching SC10 because I would just say, hey, I have a fitness group starting. Would you like more information about it? I would love to have you send X out, go to the next person that I'd like to invite. I mean, it's not like I wasn't forming with these people, but I would definitely just do it. Okay. I know it sounds a lot easier said than done, but it really is I was like, I need to feed my family. I need to feed my family. I need to feed myself. This is a way to do it. So I just face my fears.
Because would you agree, April, if you've taken the time to get to know them, you ask about their kids, what they do for work, that it's okay to say, I've loved chatting with you. I love surrounding myself with like-minded women. I actually run fitness groups here on Facebook. Would you be interested in joining, or do you know someone who may be?
Yeah, I mean, that's totally doable, and I don't think that's unreasonable at all.
Right.
And what I was saying is I can do that. I can totally do that and just X out right away. You know what I mean? I've even done that in just trying to get to know people, before I just didn't share anything on Facebook. I have so many pictures of my son that I have in my phone that I just haven't even posted. And I'm trying to post more, about my life, about fitness, about healthy eating. So I'm really putting myself out there, because before I was not. Like, I was on Facebook because I have family on Facebook and I wanted to see, what was going on, but I can totally do that. And yeah, I think I'll start doing that then.
Great. So we did chat a little bit behind the scenes when someone says, I'd rather have a personal trainer. I think weaving in why you chose to have a personal trainer in your house every day. It was cost effective. Someone, in your home that you can work out around your schedule, that comes with meal plans, comes with daily support. I mean, for me, if I were to look into a personal trainer, there's no way I could afford 6 days a week. I mean, it just is not possible. And personal trainers are not certified to give you nutrition advice, so you'd have to go somewhere else and get a meal plan. And so, I guess trying to share, you were the same way. I remember you telling me that. So just share from the heart and share, I totally relate to what you're saying. I was in the same exact place. So I like to use the feel, felt, found. I know how you feel. I felt the same way. I thought that I had to have a personal trainer. But I found since committing to this that I'm blah, 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 right? Like insert your success.
Okay. And if she's telling me, she's not ready right now to do that, do I just check back with her in a month or?
So what I like to do is put them on a follow-up for a week, and a follow-up just checking in like, hey girl, how's everything going? I'm thinking about you for your upcoming surgery. Or maybe you just go comment on a picture she posted, just being that friendly presence, letting her know that you're going to be here no matter what. And then, ask her, maybe even ask her, when's a good time to follow up? When do you think you would be interested maybe in joining my group? Or you could ask that, or you could just stay in contact with her. And the more that you stay in contact with her, she's going to follow you and seeing you living this and results that you're getting, and you're helping people and you're exuding all this confidence. Like, that's hard to ignore. And eventually people come around.
Okay. That sounds good.
Thanks for me calling you on you and just jumping in. I know it's
I'm happy you called on me, because I probably wouldn't have said anything.
All right. Next person I see is Tammy. So Tammy, are you there? Can you unmute yourself and share with us your success for the week?
I'm here. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay. I don't like to talk, so this is all new for me. I'm sorry. I'm in the kitchen and I'm trying to cook dinner as well at 8 o'clock at night on Eastern time. But just real quick, Heather, she really came in, brought me into this, just kind of commented on my pictures as well, and she just did wonderful. I don't even know where she found me from, but it worked out that somehow she requested me, we became friends, I started to look and it just went from there. And she was always very nice, commenting positive stuff on my pictures, so that really helped me. And at first, I wasn't ready to do this, but here I am. So
great.
My success this week, I would have to say, is probably just talking to a lot of people. I've had a lot of comments on the posts that I've done. I'm still a little leery about, posting stuff about myself and pictures of myself and everything, but I have a whole lot of questions and comments and stuff, people asking how it's going and, what am I doing? I look great, so it's wonderful feedback now just to get it, to go somewhere.
So you feel like you're having a lot of engagement, people are interested, but now it's kind of like Heather said, ripping the Band-Aid off and asking them to join you? Is that where things stand?
Pretty much, yes. And just getting their feedback about what they're interested in, or where, what their goals are, or how, getting them to the point where, they're ready to join me.
Mm-hmm. Okay, great. Heather, anything you want to say to that?
She's helped 2 people already this month.
Yay.
She signed up. So I'm really
Yes.
proud of you. Yeah.
Thank
Awesome.
you. Thank you.
Congratulations. That's great.
Thank you.
So whatever you're doing is working. You just got to keep going, right? You got to keep going.
Yeah, I think what is hard for me is requesting people. I'm still at my same amount of friends. I have a hard time getting out there and reaching out and requesting people. I think that's going to be where my weakness is going to be.
So think about, if Heather would not have found you, think about where your life may be. And so think about your gift that you can share with other women out there that are wanting to feel confident, wanting to have energy, wanting more time with their families, whatever pieces of all of this that we offer. I mean, the list is long. I mean, think about connecting people to those, you know, being that friend first. And if you don't expand your network, thinking about how many people you're not able to touch.
Right. So, and this is the second.
Worst that can happen? I mean, what's the worst can happen? They don't accept your friend request. That's the worst. Okay.
Right.
But if they do, and you build an amazing friendship.
Yeah.
Right?
Yes. And Heather is the second person. I mean, I don't know if you guys are familiar with Ashley Sykes, but about a year ago, she requested me as well. And that's when I started my first 21-day fix. And just as, I signed up for her challenge group. So yeah, I mean, it does work. I'm proof.
Yes. Great. Thanks for sharing.
Thank you.
Brittany, I see next. Hello. Let me unmute you. I'm unmuting you. But I'm having trouble hearing you. Can you hear me now? Just a little bit far. Can you guys hear her? Is it just me?
I can't hear her.
I think it's my microphone. Okay. So I guess we'll just try though. Any celebrations, that you'd like to share?
I have 2 more people who want to sign up with Challenge Path, and we started I did my first month challenge, started yesterday, and people are already having results, so it's awesome. I got 5 people on that group. And my first coach is starting to sign up people, so yeah, we're having fun.
Congratulations. That's so exciting. And you have a little peanut there. So sweet. Okay, congratulations. Any questions that you have? Any challenges that you're facing this week that you'd like to work through?
Me is getting my office time in for this. So I just went back to work. My husband and I own a chiropractic clinic, so I just went back to work last week. So I'm just trying to get my timing down. But once I get that, we'll be good.
Have you created a little schedule for yourself, like now that you're back at work, like kids' activities and work and working out and then business hours? Have you scheduled those things in?
Yes, I do that every Sunday anyway, just for normal. So I just build this in. It's just been a little
crazy.
My own staff is asking me a ton of questions, so my timing, once they calm down and we get back to normal, it'll be better.
Okay, well, you're doing great. You're doing great. Hi, Peanut. Oh, I love seeing the babies. Thanks, Brittany. Whitney's there. Whitney, do you want to take us through Kate? Kate's next. Whitney, do you want to lead us through the next kind of section here?
Sure, I can't see everyone, so just let me know who to.
I'm going to unmute Kate Watson. Kate is on.
Okay.
Okay, go for it.
Hey, Kate, what's your successes from the week?
Being able to post more and more engagement with everybody. I'm getting more comfortable with that.
Great.
Good.
It's like eyeballing me right now. So.
Of course.
But it was really hard for me. I never used to post. Especially never post pictures of my little one, because I always got it my family had it stuck in my head, you don't want to post too many pictures of her. You don't want, wrong people to see her. And then I started adding more and more people, and especially moms, and it's like, well, I see pictures of their kids, and I'm like, well, I should probably add more of mine. So I started, doing that aspect of just personal posts instead of just like engaging posts or workout posts. So that's that's been a big step for me.
Good. And that's huge because you want people to see your whole life, not just your fitness life. And I have 3 little kids and I'm just really cautious. Like I don't post naked pictures, like I'm really, just be classy. When my daughter was potty training, it was real personal, didn't talk about it, like I knew she would be embarrassed if people said something. So you kind of know your kids well enough to know what you can post.
Yeah.
But great job.
Thank you.
Anything else from this week you're excited about?
I started a new workout. I started the PiYo workout. So I think that's going to do better for me with like being in such a small space with like the equipment and stuff. So
Good.
be a little bit easier for me.
Perfect. Glad you found a good fit. Awesome.
Any
Great.
challenges that you're encountering, Kate, that we need to work through?
I think just kind of getting up the, I don't know how I'd put it, getting up the courage, I guess, to work out. When I've got my little one, she screams nonstop at me. So I'm just kind of like, oh, maybe I should just spend more time with her or, try to attend to her needs in the middle of my workout. And it's just getting through all of that, which is getting easier. So I can hit, pause and tend to her. And then I go back to it instead of just hitting pause and being like, okay, I'll finish it later. So that's getting better for me too.
What you just said is like a classic post. I know that's like, oh, welcome to being a coach, but share that. Like other moms relate to my post where my kid's climbing all over me or I had to pause like 16 times. Like everyone is like, oh, we thought you just had it all together. So you're not alone. And that'll be the kind of thing that people relate to you with. So even though it's a huge challenge, turn that challenge into a way to maybe connect with some moms who feel the same way. You never know.
That's true. I'll definitely try and work on that and do that.
Mm-hmm.
Who do I see next? I see Amaya. Amaya, are you on? I don't know. And Jonah, is it Jonah? Okay.
It's Jonna.
Jonna. Hi, Jonna.
Jonna, yes. Hi.
Hi.
So I know I kind of jumped into this late, so I'm kind of heard the question a little bit, but with my website that I originally run, the social media is not so scary to me. It's trying to talk to people more on the phone. If I were to talk to them on the internet, I can ramble all day long. It's good to go. But some people want to physically talk to you. And that's kind of a harder step for me, is to getting the courage up and getting them on the phone and saying, hey, this is what we do.
So what I like to do, and it's in one of the books that we're reading kind of in our higher level groups, is Get Over Your Damn Self. She talks about 3 ways. So who is your upline?
Leah.
Yeah, so I would ask Leah, and we just talked about this with Leah, is asking her to do a 3-way call with you. And
oh, yes.
Mm-hmm. And so because she has the experience, she knows how to answer questions, field questions, she can work through some of the hesitations people have. It's a great training opportunity for you also, is to do a 3-way call. So ask Leah to set that up or help, facilitate that, and you guys could do a 3-way.
Yeah.
You can learn from her some of the questions to ask and how to go about doing that.
No, I think that's a wonderful idea.
Yeah. Great. So what are your successes this week?
Well, I would have to say I got outside of my friendship zones and the people that I'm already friended with on Facebook, and found a wonderful lady who, through a planner group that I had found, she was posting that she was unhappy with her planner, which if you're a planner person, you understand, and that she was also unhappy with her fitness itself. So she's like, I'm looking for ideas. So I messaged her and I started talking to her, and now I've got it to where she's going to do the 7-day sample pack and try out to figure out which one she likes. And then next month she's going to sign up and do the challenge pack.
Great. Awesome. That's very exciting. Anything else you want to share?
Trying to multitask with toddlers. I think that's a success in itself.
That is a success. We can celebrate that for sure.
Yep. But I think outside of that, it's only Tuesday, and with last week planning, an anniversary party and stuff, this week I'm hitting the ground running. So it's a lot of fun, and there's a lot of new things that I'm doing that are different from advertising for my website. But I also love the fact that it's not in your face advertisement. It's not in your face, let's sell something. And I think that's the biggest thing, is what's going to draw people to this is the support group that you have. The support that you get from everybody, not just, hey, buy this, buy this, buy this. It's like, no, what are your goals? What do you want to achieve? Let's see what fits best for you.
Yep, absolutely. I think that's what sets us apart, right?
Yep, it does. Absolutely does.
Awesome. You seem very convicted, your belief seems super strong, and I'm sure that is being conveyed to the people that you talk to. So that's awesome.
Well, thank you.
Yes. Thanks, Jonna, right?
Yes, Jonna.
All right, Jonna. Thank you.
Thank you.
Whitney, I know you said you can't see anybody, but I think Justina, are you there?
Yes.
Okay.
Can we take it? Hey, Justina. So share with us some of your successes from the week.
I've gotten better at posting more. I've gotten a few people engaged. I'm trying to seal the deal with a couple, but it takes a little bit more work than I originally anticipated. But I do have a lot more people being interested because of my posts that I've been posting lately. I usually don't post about myself and my transformations that I have been making, and when I did, I got a lot of engagement out of that.
That's awesome. Yeah, personal stories are huge. And it takes time. I mean, did you just start coaching like a couple weeks ago?
About maybe 2 months ago.
2 months. So like the more and more people see it, the more and more they're gonna, when you said like to seal the deal, it'll start to happen more often the more they just follow along and trust you, and just keep asking questions with them. That's what, don't let the conversation drop. But that's awesome that so many people are interacting. That's such a win. What are some of your challenges this week or anything in that way?
Just to put myself out there more and post more. That's what comes around for me, is I have to post more. I have to get myself out there, because I keep to myself.
Yeah, I know it's huge. I know it's a big deal. But I guess if you treat those kind of go hand in hand, like if putting yourself out there got you like so much response, then hopefully that'll kind of fuel you to do it again. Like remember that good feeling of, wow, people were inspired. Maybe that can kind of help you get over those nerves of going for it. That's awesome. Well, great. Anything else? I think she may have frozen.
I think she froze.
Down the road.
Yeah, down the road.
Oh, you're back. Hey. Sorry, you froze for a minute. Did we lose her? Anything else? Was it Justina? I don't know. You're cut out. Yeah, there we go. Anything else from you?
Sorry.
You froze for a second, so we weren't sure.
No, sorry.
No, that's fine. I know you're driving around. Great. Well, thanks so much.
Thank you.
Yeah. All right. Who else?
Heather Williams. So what are your successes for this week?
Can you guys hear me okay?
Yes.
Okay.
Perfect.
So I'm very new. My successes. So I listened to the call yesterday, the Monday wake up call, while I was working, because I just can't make the 8 o'clock call. Had a great conversation with Leah, to try and think about some things. And while I was listening to it, that girl had me, she hit home. I was like, oh my God. So last night I sat down and began my master list, and I started listing out. I mean, I've got columns And because I'm a project manager, it comes super easy to me to do that. Bam, bam. I'm like, okay, wait a minute. This is my thing. I can work this like I do work my normal job. So I started putting people in there, going through my Facebook page, who I do know, people that I've recently friended. And then I went ahead last week through inspiration of another friend, created the business page. And then I created a guinea pig spring challenge group at the beginning of spring. So all of a sudden I just went in and did some weird stuff. Yes, you want to pause me?
What? No, I'm trying to tell my husband not to talk. So keep
Oh,
going.
I thought you told me not. I was so responsive.
I know. Just keep
like,
going.
so I just started getting all the people down that I had on my list, and then I started breaking them out into categories. These are the folks that I know would reluctantly buy dirt from me. These are the folks that I know are no, and these are the folks that meh. So as I'm going through that, and I tuned in at the beginning, when you start thinking positively, because all of a sudden last night as I'm doing this, my husband says, you know, I think this is a mistake. You tried Isagenix, you tried doTERRA, you tried Amway, and you failed at all of them. Why are you wasting your time doing this? And I just looked at him, and no offense, everybody, I said, game on, mother trucker, only I didn't say it like that. And I said, no. And I sat there with determination and made the list. And then last night, as I'm typing, I get a message from somebody who wants to talk to me about it. And this morning, I got 2 messages from 2 other people on my no side, on my total no side.
Mm-hmm.
And I made a commitment to reach out to 3 people to say hello that I haven't said hello to in a while, just to let them know, hey, you know, we haven't chatted. How are you doing? I noticed you joined my group, and I noticed you're making changes. You know, just started reaching out, and my confidence just suddenly soared because I felt challenged. And I know, Heather, I've messaged you about the whole confidence thing. So I've committed myself to posting 1 video a week. And that's huge for me.
That is awesome. Oh my gosh, that's so awesome.
Yes, one video a week. I'm committing to that. And so that's a huge win for me. And I've got a gentleman here at work who wants to meet with me tomorrow at lunch. And because I happened to have that brave conversation with him, I noticed he had gone from this big and he started shrinking, and I reached out and I said, hey, what are you doing? And he says, I joined a gym, I started changing my food, and I'm like, that is awesome. A week later I saw him again. I said, you are just rocking it. I said, you look fantastic. And I said, would you be interested in a different option? You know, working out at home on your time for $99 a year. And he goes, yeah, let's talk. So we're having lunch tomorrow. And so I've got some people all lined up, one next week to do dinner with. So I'm really pumped. I'm really excited. My challenges are, did I write it down? The challenge, I heard you talk about the phone. I think about the phone thing, getting Leah on board to do that with me. I think I'm overcoming a challenge. I'm committing to a solid hour a day. I don't have children, so that's easier for me. I don't have to juggle that. But if I'm committing, so I have 8 to 9 at night, my schedule, to sit in front of the computer and do my business outside of all the other stuff that I'm doing. The other challenge that I think I want to get Leah's help on is how to make things prettier. She puts all these she makes those photos her own, and I don't quite know how to do that yet, but she's got some flair in doing that. But I feel like a little baby drinking milk, and hopefully I'll be on to a meal soon. So that's it. Sorry, I got excited.
No, that's awesome. I love it. Yay. And more selfies, right?
I know that.
More
that's
cheering you.
Yes,
okay.
more selfies. So rather than the video, okay, and commit to more selfies. I make notes on these calls, you guys.
Yes.
I do.
Good. More selfies and more sharing about you, because I think that you're kind of secretive. I mean, you don't mean to be, but I think people want to see who you are, who Heather is. So if you share a little more about you, then you'll attract your tribe and you can start friending people. So yeah, I stalk you. No, I'm just kidding.
I know. You're right. You're right. And I don't know why, face to face, I'm really confident, but for some reason it's weird that way. But you know, a challenge, and it just hit me. I lost 40 pounds back in 2009, 2010, and I spent a lot of money with a nutritionist, a naturopath, and a nurse practitioner all at the same time.
Oh, wow.
And so now I lost that weight, and through those tools, and I'm a former Isagenix user, I learned how to keep it off. So I'm struggling with, okay, I do get comments, well, you're thin, you don't know what it's like. No, not always, but how do I portray my transformation? You know, now I'm here now, so I don't have those cool before and after pictures like what Leah has. And you've got guts, girl. You post these awesome pictures of yourself, and I want to get there, you know, where you're at, Heather, you know, because I don't have that before and after thing to show.
Yeah. Oh, I understand. I mean, and I've had 3 kids, and I've gained lots of weight, and I lost it in a very unhealthy way. And I wasn't active and didn't do anything fitness wise. So, I mean, I don't really have, because I have no before pictures. I threw all of my pregnancy and after, like, I don't want to see those.
Yeah.
Those are gone. So, I just am sharing my journey. And when somebody's like, you don't understand, I'm like, yes, I do. This is what happened to me. And now I know how to help people, you know, do this from home. And it's the same thing that I was kind of doing before, but now it's just a lot more cost effective for others.
Right.
So yeah, because that sounds really expensive the way that you went, even though like that would be awesome to do, but you know what I mean? So just like sharing and just talking to people, I think. Yeah.
Cool. And I love these calls, by the way, and I'm really inspired everybody sharing. I think this is what I really love about Beachbody is this network. I didn't have that before with the other programs. It was like, there you go. You know, spend 4 hours a day at somebody's house.
Yeah, who has time for that?
Yeah.
Great. Thanks for sharing. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
The only person that we haven't heard from is Amaya. I think Amaya got back on. Samantha had to leave, and I messaged her, you know, about her successes and stuff. But I know, Amaya, are you there right now?
And muted.
Are you there, Amaya? I'm like yelling, Amaya, can you hear me? She must be stepped away. Okay.
So let's talk about, because I do feel like this was going to be our topic anyway, was the transition of forming people to inviting. So I'll give my top tip, and then I'll let some of the other leaders, Whitney, Brooke, Heather, come in and share what you do. Okay. For me, my niche is moms. That's who I add. That's the phase of life that I'm in, moms with little kids. And so that's where I'm finding moms. And so the first question I ask is, how old are your kids, or how many kids do you have? And from there, I mean, fairly quickly, moms like to talk about their kids, but fairly quickly you can find out really about their kids, about their life, what they do, by just starting and asking that first initial question. And so when they say, you know, how old their kids are, you know, I talk about how fast they grow, because I feel like my kids grow so fast. Like, it just flies by every year. It just goes faster and faster. And sometimes I even say, like, I'm blessed to be home to watch them grow. And so I'll weave pieces of that in. Or, gosh, you know, my kids have so much energy. I'm glad that I finally can keep up with them, right? I'm glad I embrace a healthy lifestyle and I can keep up. Like, weaving pieces of you into getting to know them. Does that make sense? And then then I move into asking about their work. What do they do? Do they stay home? Do they work outside of the home? And come to find out, when I talk to women and moms, most people work because they have to financially. That's one side. And they don't love what they do, but they have to do it, right? And so this is a gift. This is an opportunity that you can invite someone into. And it's as simple as that. Like, I help women build successful businesses from home. This may or may not be for you, but I wanted to at least see if you were open to chatting about it. Would that be something you're interested in? Simple as that. Just like asking, right? Because if you don't ask, the answer is always no. But if you do ask, chances are you're going to get a yes. Or they're a stay-at-home mom, right? The other side that I talk to, I'm a work-from-home mom, but I can't imagine being home. I'm someone that likes to be busy. I can't imagine not having something else that fulfills me. Being a mom is my first priority, mom and wife. But having something outside of that gives me purpose and fulfillment and excitement, like having a career that I absolutely love, but I don't have to sacrifice my family. And so talking to stay-at-home moms, I hear that a lot, right? Like, I'm a stay-at-home mom, and that's what I do. I make sure that the kids are taken care of and the household is running, but I feel like I'm missing a sense of community. Heather, were you a stay-at-home mom? Did you feel that way? Do you tell people that? Yeah. So I don't know if you're going to unmute yourself, but I mean, I think.
Yeah. Yes, and yes. But yeah, continue. I want to.
Yeah. So then I say that, I say that this gives me something outside of being a mom. This gives me fulfillment and purpose, and I love what I do. I'm able to take care of my family doing this, but still be present, still be a hands-on mom. So through asking those simple questions about their kids, what they do for work, what they like to do for fun, you're going to find out areas where they need something, right? You're going to be able to provide a solution for something they're needing. Either they want to lose the baby weight. I mean, April friended a mom today who wants to lose the baby weight. I mean, that conversation will just naturally flow. And if you ask those really key critical questions, I think you're going to find an opportunity to invite. So that's kind of my natural flow. And if you don't have an opportunity where they're like, I really wish I could work from home, if they don't just open that door for you, it's okay to say, like I said, I have loved chatting with you. You're the kind of mom or energy that I want to surround myself with. I really believe that birds of a feather flock together. And, our team is always growing and we're looking for other, like-minded moms. Would you be interested in learning more about what I do? Or finding something that works for you. And I'm sure the other ladies can share some of their conversation flow. But that's my quick tip on having those natural conversations. And Heather, I see your face there, so I'm going to pass it on to you.
Yeah, before I forget. No, I'm just kidding. So I follow my gut a lot. That's what I do. And I'm like, I see somebody, I like their profile picture, I go check them out, and then I friend them. It's not always moms. It's sometimes, it's sometimes mostly moms. It really is. It used to be equestrians, but I've kind of gotten out of that group because I've recruited a lot of equestrians. But then I have a niche, but it's more like I'm looking for just simply positive and inspiring people and that I want on my team. That's what I'm looking for. A lot of them are actually makeup people and hairstylists, which is really funny. But that's who I am attracting. And I have a few of them on my team who aren't on right now. But yeah, and when I'm inviting, I usually do it by first, liking something of theirs, commenting on something of theirs. I don't just automatically message people unless I'm like, I'm going to, I feel like, I'm just going to go through my list of recently added people. And I go through and I'm like, thank you so much for accepting my invite. I hope you're having a fantastic, wonderful day. And, I'm just like, that positive ray of sunshine, so that they're like, oh, that girl's pretty cool. I'm going to, make sure that I'm, see her post and what she's doing. So, so that's kind of how I start off with my relationship building. I just, I kind of just follow my gut and see who I'm attracted to and who's attracting, to me. And, so yeah. And then I start, like, if I see something of theirs and I comment, and then I send them a message and I start having a conversation with them that way. And then it usually opens up to, I saw that you wanted to get fit and healthy. Do you want to join my fitness group? It starts on the 17th. Or, they're like looking for a job, or they're just not happy where they are right now. Or, or I just send them positive, messages like, hey, I saw you had a hard day today. Just want to say, I'm here for you if you need anything or if you want to talk. I know I'm a stranger, but it helps. And so that usually opens doors up for conversations too. But yeah, I'm just totally winging it and following my gut in this. And it works for me really well. I know a lot of people are like, columns, like Heather said, and she's, has it. And for me, I'm just like this. So I think that's what I attract, is just sporadic. I don't know how I got Leah. I think it was just luck. No, I'm kidding. Because we're so opposite. And she said no to me forever. And I was like, whatever. You're joining me, lady. So anyways, that's my way. That's my sporadic way of inviting. I mean, like, see, this business is like for anybody.
And wouldn't you say, I mean, Heather, just to piggyback on that, then I want to hear from the other leaders, is not to give up on people, right? Like if Leah would have told you, not Leah. Leah. Yes,
Leah. I call her Leah. Her name's Leah.
My brain is like half functioning right now. Okay. If she would have told you no after the first time or the second time, she wouldn't be on your team, right? And she would.
Right. Yeah.
So I think, don't you think like that, that persistence a little bit with people?
Yeah. Following up with people that said no to you. I mean, that is like, I've had so many people say no to me, and I have my little, but then I get over it. I'm like, on to the next person. I'm like, I'll just jot that person down. I'll message them later. And I keep on, having my likes and my comments on their stuff and, showing that I'm positive and fit and it's working for me. And then they eventually join. So it's all about timing.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Thanks, Heather.
Mm-hmm.
Whitney, do you have any tips?
Yeah, I mean, when it comes to adding new friends, one of my big things that I'll do if it is a mom and it's like out of the blue is I'll write like, oh, thanks for the ad. I always love following other moms. It makes my life feel way more normal. And then I'll put like a funny picture or something. And 100% of the time they write back, I know exactly what you mean. And it starts like, they get that feel of like, oh, I'm just going to be fun. And, like, because, like you can look at my profile and see, oh, okay, she must do something with fitness and health, but it kind of breaks the ice. And even today I had a bunch of conversations with new moms who were they all responded with the same, oh my goodness, yes. So I think a lot of it is like show your personality in the beginning, and that helps a lot too. Just kind of like what Heather said, like if you are crazy, go ahead and put a little crazy in there. If you're a little bit more quiet, that's okay. Like just be who you are and kind of put your own little twist on it. Mm-hmm. And then I would say forming, like what both girls said, I go through that same kind of groove of like asking them about their kids or whatever picture they just posted of their travel, whatever it may look like based on who they are, and then take it there. Now, if someone kind of like cuts off the conversation and stops talking, that's kind of something we haven't talked about yet. What I usually do is like come back in like 2 weeks or so. And maybe that's too long for some people. But if they just like completely cut off, haven't responded, I might wait a few days and try something again. Or what I'll do is kind of keep them on my radar for a week or two later. I'll see something they posted on their page and I'll go back and put it like, oh my goodness, I saw you were at the park today. It's been freezing here. I'm so jealous. Did your kids have a blast? Or something that just has nothing to do with what we've been talking about. And usually they will just keep the conversation going again. So like we said, the follow-up is huge, and just staying connected with them is probably the key to building relationships with strangers, especially because it is so awkward when you think about it. But as soon as you start, oh, I keep hearing all these top coaches, and it's like I wrote it down on my stuff, to be interested, not interesting. And I'm telling myself that over and over again, be interested, not interesting. Like I don't need them to, think I'm amazing. I have to throw in little tidbits of who I am there so they can trust me. But like, the more I get to know them and ask them questions, the more they do think I'm awesome, because here's some random girl just asking them questions, and everybody wants to talk about themselves. So it's so worth asking those questions over and over again in those kind of relationships. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Does that answer the question I was supposed to answer?
Yeah, that's great.
Good.
I love it. Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Brooke, do you have any tips for these coaches?
Yeah, so I think you just kind of have to play it conversation by conversation. Some people are more reserved, so it seems kind of odd that this random person is reaching out and trying to strike up conversation. They have no idea who you are or where you came from. So you definitely have to like scope their page out, do your research, see what they're up to, and then like you do your admission. Like, so I'll do, if they accept my request, I say, oh, thanks for the ad. I like to know other moms, because I obviously add a lot of moms too. And half the time, 75% of the time, they don't respond back. So what I've learned you're continually learning. I learned a couple weeks ago is, you know, within a week or a couple of days, go to their page, see what they're up to, and then go back and message again and make it more personal to them and what they have going on in their life. And 90% of the time, they'll respond back. And then just go through the conversation. It doesn't need to be stiff. Just make it natural feeling. And then just kind of based off of the response I'm getting will be whether I extend a coach invite or if I extend a challenge group invite. Just, you know, some people are really happy with their job. So obviously I'm not going to offer a coaching invite to somebody that truly loves their job. Maybe they're just wanting to lose weight, then I'll offer that. What else? Okay, so my business, it's like literally 2 to 3 months. Like people I talk to today are going to come around in 2 to 3 months. Like I have a big delay. Everybody's completely different. But you don't want to come off salesy and you don't want to come off pushy and naggy, because people really appreciate like you keeping in touch with them, that they feel like you honestly care. So they are going to remember you. They're going to remember, oh, well, okay, Brooke always runs these groups, and now I'm finally financially stable or able to spend this money. I'm going to reach back out to her. Or they get into a position where they, want to spend the money. I mean, they remember you and the conversations y'all had, and they see your posts. So, yes, your personal message is them, but you need to, like, practice what you preach. So you need to show it on your personal page. You need to show that you're staying consistent, and you know they'll remember you. So I think it's just a learning curve too. Is, you know, my messages in the beginning sucked. I mean, they were garbage. But people that really care about you are going to trust you and trust the process. And you know, you can never say the wrong thing to the wrong person, right? So just keep reaching out, keep liking and commenting on their page. That's probably the biggest tip I have is don't just stay in their inbox, stay like vocal on their personal page. That's it.
Great. Awesome. Oh, Leia's on. You're muted. I'll unmute you. Any last closing words, Leia?
You know what? I didn't hear what the question was, my dear, so I wish I had words, but I don't know what the question is, so I'm going with it.
Well, do you just have any closing words for week 2 of the Coach Action Program to these new coaches who are ready to rock and roll? They're getting out of their comfort zone. They're focused on their goals. They're focused on helping people. What closing words do you have for this week's Zoom?
Yeah, so I would say don't be afraid to make more contacts. I had a really great conversation today with one of my new coaches that's in this group. Her name's Jonah. And she got to a point in our conversation where she just got a little stuck. She just didn't know where to go. And that happens, right? Like when we were all brand new coaches, we didn't know what to say all the time. And so she messaged me and she said, can I just add you to this conversation? And I said, yeah, absolutely. So we jumped on together. And, pretty much we closed that deal. She's probably going to have a coach set aside for March or for May already. And she said, she messaged me in the background and said she learned a lot just from listening to me have that conversation and the exchange and to feel how that flows. So if you get stuck, don't be afraid to reach out to your coach and just say, I need a little nudge. I don't know where to go, because that's perfectly acceptable.
Yes. Yes.
We help you close it. We want you to be successful. And so if it just means that we need to come in and add a little pizzazz to the conversation, or we just have a little bit more knowledge about what's going to get them to their goal, then we're going to add those 2 cents, and then that gets you success.
Amen. Great.
Thank you. I think Kara's on here too.
I can't hear you. What did you say? What did you say?
I said Kara is also on here too. She might have something to add.
Kara's on. Do you have anything to add?
What I was going to say, it just kind of adds on with what Brooke covered at the end about actually being active on their page. I think some of the biggest contacts, like I had two friends who removed me like right off as soon as I approached them, and that took like a really big hit to my self-esteem in coaching. And what I started kind of taking a more like subtle approach to people because of it. And what I ended up, the biggest thing to benefit with me was that I would just comment on their pictures, or people who like I would message and they'd ignore me. I would just start commenting on their pictures, and pretty soon like you'll get it back and forth with them on pictures, and that really breaks the ice. Like I can't even tell you how many numbers of people where they won't respond to me. They'll completely ignore me when I contact them, and then as soon as I start engaging in their page, they just, you know, it's like 2 days of that, and all of a sudden they're like, oh, I love what you've been doing, you know, and I'm like, cool, they came to me, you know, or I'll reach out to them again, and they're totally willing to talk to me at that point. So don't get discouraged if they don't respond. Just see if you can kind of work your way into their lives, if that makes sense. Just put yourself out there more. Be willing to make more contacts with people. It's like Leah said, which she kind of touched on perfectly, is, you know, don't be worried about like reaching out and talking to them, because the more you talk to them, the more info you get, and the more you can get them what they need. It's like Brooke was saying with the, if they have a good job, you don't necessarily want to offer them the coaching opportunity, because they, you know, that won't really appeal to them. So just get to know them and be genuine. That's like I'm sure they've covered that before. I was a little bit late, but just be genuine. Make sure that you genuinely care about them. So that's my little tip.
Thank you. So when Amaya sends a friend request, good day, Angela. You recently popped up as a suggested friend. I thought I would stop by and introduce myself since I did send a friend request. My name is Amaya. I live in Squamish, Washington, a little town that is a ferry ride away from Seattle. I hope you have a great day. So that is what Amaya sends. I love that. I like to end with a question, though. If I could give feedback on that, I'd probably end with a question like, tell me about you, or, you know, where do you live, or just something to kind of keep the conversation going.
Mm-hmm. Or something about on their wall or on their profile. Yeah. Like I see like pimples.
Yes.
Another thing
Yes.
is like you're asking a lot of like, if you formed and then you extend the invite and they go quiet and then you follow up and there's still nothing, like usually if you like comment on their page and then go back to their messages and ask like, I saw you went on vacation here, like what are some good ideas, and miraculously they respond. So it's not that they don't want to talk to you, but it might not just be the right time to ask those invites. So
it is all about timing, right, Leah? It's all about timing.
Well, right, and it's your business, right? It's not their business. They don't need to get back to you. It's your business to keep the relationship going, to be that friendly presence, to take an interest in their life, not being interested, but being interested, and interesting, but being interested. And you'll find that as you take the time to do those things and treat this like a business and make sure you follow up and keep those conversations going, that that you'll build a successful business. So I'm going to close this out.
Wait, Leah has one. Go ahead, Leah.
I just had one more. I just wanted one more thing to add, because I think it's super important as you guys get started. And that's that do not forget that no matter what, people are watching. And a case in point is I talked to a gal named Janaea Stout like 6 months ago. She responded to an event that I had up for a challenge group. The conversation sort of stalled. We had horses in common or whatever, but she's been following me and she's been watching me. And today she messaged me and said, "Hey, I heard that that you guys came out with 2 new vegan flavors. I've always loved vanilla. How do I order?" So the more you just stay on your game and you stay consistent in your business, establish yourself as a reliable and credible coach for Beachbody. And that's key, because there are 550,000 Beachbody coaches out there, but there are a handful of reliable and credible coaches. So be one of those people so that you get return results over the year.
Yes, be consistent. Even if they don't like or comment on your stuff, be consistent, consistently posting, consistently, sharing about your journey. Oh my gosh, yes, definitely.
And there's 550,000 coaches, but there's only one of you, and nobody can do it like you. So remember that you're unique, you have special gift to offer, and nobody has your story, and that's your power. So thank you guys. Thank you for hopping on tonight. And we'll see you tomorrow in our coach training. Have a good night.